Let's have a conversation. Hypocrite. Let's have a hypocrite conversation. Let's talk about the hypocrisy of Carlos King, who happens to be from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I don't discriminate. But he addressed some stuff on his live yesterday, and I said, girl, let's have a little conversation, because I know you fucking lying. Okay, let's go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and this is another edition of Car Conversation on JayLeesCorner. Okay, happy Tuesday. You know, happy Tequila Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, TT Tuesday, or whatever tea you celebrate. Okay, happy that for you. Now, okay, y'all know I'm not live tonight. I'm only live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 o'clock. But content, okay? So y'all know, even if I'm not on live, I'm still around here. So, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. So, look, we know Heavenly, Carlos King, we're doing Messy Mondays. They stopped doing Messy Mondays. And Funky don't even have said that Heavenly has said that she stopped doing it because, well, Funky said
Dr. Heavenly stopped doing Married to Medicine, the Monday review thing with Carlos King, because all the Melody fans kept calling her office. That was why she stopped doing it. The same way Melody fans got Marceau and Tisha's business shut down temporarily, calling around and affecting people's stuff. And to Heavenly's point, she's like, this is my medical license, baby. All the internet stuff can go to hell. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I'm cool. I'm a doctor before I'm any of this. Y'all can have it. Y'all doing too much.
Heavily blamed the millimeters, aka Nell, saying the millimeters were consistently calling her job, her place of employment, or whatever, and complaining and trying to get her out of job banned. But if they calling your practice, you can't. Who gonna fire you? Now I wonder, was they calling the lease? Like, is Heavenly leasing? Is she renting? Did she not own her own? Did she not own her own space? Because I'm still wondering who they call to talk about her to get her fired if she is her own boss. I don't know. Okay. However, you know, they were saying, Nina Funky said, and Heavenly did too, how she stopped doing Messy Mondays because the millimeters were calling her place of employment or calling whoever that is, you know, dealing with her monies and stuff, her customers or whatever, clients, and were complaining because when her and Carlos was reviewing Married to Medicine, took my camera crooked, when they were reviewing Married to Medicine, they felt like Heavenly, I guess, I don't know, because I don't know. But I'm sure Heavenly was saying stuff about Mel or whoever, and so they're saying Mel fans was around here doing too much. Now, Heavenly also went and did a little interview somewhere else, and she also said recently, well, yeah, you know, the fans of that show was too much, I ain't got time for it. So Carlos, because folks were saying, oh, did Carlos and Heavenly fall out? Because Heavenly was sometimes called Carlos out of his BS, so did they fall out? Is that why it stopped?
Let's address me and Dr. Heavenly. Okay. As you all know, Messy Mondays was started a year ago out of me calling Dr. Heavenly and said, hey, let's recap Married to Medicine together. Like, you and I are friends in real life, and I have this amazing platform. The Raindrops love my recaps, but I think it'll be dope if you and I are able to do it together as we recap Married to Medicine. She said yes instantly. The goal was for us to only talk about Married to Medicine, because y'all know I've always said that Married to Medicine is the best show on Bravo. I've always said that. So then when Married to Medicine was ending, we were like, oh, they love us. Let's continue doing this. Let's recap Potomac. We did Potomac. And then I said, oh my gosh, Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back. You watch the show. You know some of the cast members. Let's do that. And then we started to recap we started to recap Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm only addressing this because Dr. Heavenly mentioned it in an interview and y'all were tagging me and I wanted to address it because she talked about it. Because one thing about me, I'm not going to tell somebody else's story, okay? And that's just that. So Dr. Heavenly did mention that she loves me and I love her. So for the record, again, Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly did not fall out. We are still friends and we still talk, okay? What Dr. Heavenly mentioned in her interview with the amazing journalists who interviewed her, because they asked some really good questions. And she mentioned that some of the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans were taking it too far and they were calling her job and she had to remove herself from it. And what she said is true. And I want to be able to vouch for what she said. Okay? Listen, Love and Marriage Huntsville is my baby. I created it. It's the #1 show on OWN. It has been one of the greatest pleasures of my life. I love this show. I'm still a fan of this show. It's the cast and the crew and everybody involved makes this show great. When it comes to some, okay, we're going to have a real conversation. When it comes to some of the people who watch the show, and I'm not going to say fans, because when you're a fan of the show, you don't do anything to disrupt it. You can have your comments. We all do. I have my comments about other people's shows too. But there are a certain number of people who do watch the show and they feel the need to take it too far in people's lives instead of watching the show, having an opinion, and going to bed, right? When I watch Potomac, I tell y'all about it, and I go to bed. I go to work the next day. I keep it pushing. I don't call Giselle's house and try to read her. I don't call Dr. Wendy's job and try to read her. You know what I'm saying? When I recap Atlanta Housewives, I wasn't calling Dish Nation trying to read Portia, child. I said what I said. I kept it moving, and life goes on. Unfortunately, there is a dark side to some of the people who watch these shows, okay? And they're not a large amount of people. They're large in terms of the amount of time they have to disrupt people, but they're not large in numbers. I would say at the most it's 10 people, child, and that's what it is. But it feels like a lot of people who feel the need to call people's jobs or call advertisers or brands and businesses they're affiliated with to try to get them fired or just disrupt them. And that's what happened to Dr. Heavenly, okay? Dr. Heavenly was being Dr. Heavenly, funny, and she was giving her opinions about stuff. And she called me one day and said, I'm not going to tell you everything she said. But she did call me and say, there's people calling my job and this is too much. And not only are people calling my job, you know, we interviewed some of your cast members and I'm hearing they're having beef and they're calling me. And she said, Carlos, this is too much for me. It's becoming too much. And I respected what she was going through and how she was feeling. And we made the decision to take a break from Messy Monday because I care about her mental health like I do my cast, like I do anybody. When you come to me with a problem, I always try to solve it or resolve it, right? She came to me and said, us recapping Love and Marriage Huntsville was affecting her. And Dr. Heavenly, as you know, can take anything. And I never seen her talk this way. And we decided to finish out the first half of Huntsville. And I said, once that's done, then we're good. Okay? You don't have to deal with me anymore. And that's what happened. That's honestly what happened.
Okay? And y'all know Carlos love acting like he don't address stuff, okay? Because he's still in address him trying to still escape storyline, life story, and trying to use Mama Joyce to get information. He still ain't addressed that, okay? He still has not addressed people saying he was stealing, okay? However, now, hypocrites, Carlos wants to address people accusing him of falling out with Heavenly over the Messy Mondays. You see, I mean, a hypocrite because you won't address when somebody say directly, socially out in this world, hey, hey, Carlos did this. He tried to steal SK's life story and try to use my mama to get information. You did not want to address that. Okay? But you made sure, let me address what y'all saying about me in Heavenly because it's not true. Now, I'm going to put clips in of him talking because I'm car conversation, okay? I'm putting little clips in, so some clips here and there what he said. Now, firstly, he let me address what was said. Let's address me in Heavenly, okay? He goes into how, they decided to do recapping of Married to Medicine. That took off. When that show wrapped up, okay, they then went on to do Huntsville and bloop, and they doing things. Now, this is the thing, reviewing shows is fine, but sometimes you can't just be too messy, okay? You can't do that. And heavily messy, and so was Carlos. So, they realized they had stopped doing it, okay? Now, Carlos said, well, shout out to the people who interviewed Heavenly and blah, blah, blah. But she then said, da, 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 da. Now, this is why I feel like it's a hypocrite, because y'all just watch what he said, okay? I think I probably cut it in. Y'all watch what he said. What I feel is hypocritical, one, again, you're addressing rumors of fans saying you and Heavenly fell out and you want to address it. But when Candy directly said you did something to her, and y'all, and now you motherfucking, now see, when you cause an accident and I sue you, I mean, can't drive. Girl, let me get my dash cam together. But again, Candy said something directly that happened between y'all, and you was bobbing and weaving, avoiding talking about it, did not want to address it. I don't address this and that with people who got my number, blah, 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 blah. However, that's part one of, to me, him being a hypocrite, because now he's addressing it. Secondly, I feel like he's coming to defend Heavenly, because he feel like people calling Heavenly a liar. They were saying Heavenly lying, she didn't quit because of the, of fans or whatever. Her and Carlos fell out, blah, blah, blah. So to me, Carlos is coming out here trying to defend Heavenly, saying no, she not lying, it did happen, and whatever. And I said, okay, cool. Now he went into the whole spiel about, hey, y'all should not be, calling and doing the extras or whatever, and that's crazy, and don't do this and don't do that, no one should do that. Okay, fine. Then went on to say, nobody should blame my cast and no one should blame other people for the actions of other folks. I said, wait a minute. So you want to tell people, don't blame my cast, we can't control that. However, your cast, meaning Tisha, Marcel, Stormy, Destiny, Martel, all have blamed the millimeters for stuff on the show. So how are you such a hypocrite? You want to defend Heavenly and call out whoever the fans are that was possibly calling her job, her employment or whatever. But you didn't do any of that on the show. Your show has used the millimeters as a storyline. So how hypocritical is it for you to now want to say, don't do that for Heavenly? But now he also mentioned, they discussed stuff at the reunion.
What I don't want to happen is this to be a situation that continues to happen. I can't control what people do. And I also want to say this. You should not place blame on anybody for other people's behaviors. Okay? People are grown. Don't blame any of my cast members for other people's behavior. People are grown. Okay? When the insurrectionists stormed the Capitol on January 6th, they went to jail. And the person they were trying to whatever they were doing, but people were blaming the former president. At the end of the day, whether y'all think he has something to do, whatever. He didn't go to jail. The people who stormed the Capitol did, because you have to be responsible for your own actions. Y'all should never, ever blame any human being for what other people are doing. Don't blame my cast members for the behavior of other people. These people are grown. And if you do something like that, you are disgusting. It's disgusting to sit up here and watch a show and take it so far as to call people's place of employment harassing them, trying to get them fired, trying to get them removed off billings. That's not okay. And that shit has to stop. If any of my raindrops would ever do anything like that, or anything I'm associated with, you guys need to stop. I don't play that with anybody in my life. Okay? My raindrops like to throw shade and keep it pushing. And the gag is they throw it at me. But if my raindrop did something, I'm not responsible for what my raindrops do at all. So we have to hold people accountable who are actually doing these disgusting things. And you guys are crossing the line. And in order for Dr. Heavenly to protect her mental health, that was a piece of it. And she decided to walk away from it for the time being. And I wanted to address it tonight. She did not lie. That's the honest truth. And the reason why I never shared it is because I'm not going to tell other people's business. That's her story to tell. But what she did say is true. And I need for you guys to understand that karma is real. Look at the insurrectionists. Storm the Capitol, threatening people, and their asses are in jail. I denounce it. And I won't stand for it. You're not a fan of the show to do that. You're not a fan of people when you do shit like that. It's disgusting, it's deplorable, and it needs to stop. It's why Tiffany Whitlow walked away from Huntsville. We get into it at the reunion about other things that happened, but you can't sit there and say, protect Black women, and you're harassing a Black woman's business that she owns. Cut the shit. It's foul. It's not cute. Okay? All right, so that's that.
So maybe on that reunion stage, he'll say, let's stop blaming Nell for stuff fans do, because she can't control that. Now, what he did do, I thought was crazy. He compared, January 6th and the insurrections people. I said, no, sir, that's not. I said, sir, you do know that the Code 45 told them people to do dumb stuff. So when he said stuff like, you can't, the Code 45 ain't go to jail. The folks who listened and did stuff and went around there to the Capitol, they were the ones being held accountable for what they did. I was like, sir, that don't count. Because we haven't seen Nell tell them folk to call Heavenly job. Okay, we ain't seen that. So I felt like that's also hypocritical. Is you and Nell friends? It don't seem like it at all, okay? Because why would you compare my fans to the racist people who stormed the Capitol? Now why would you do that? Okay, who said that? Ooh, you looking? Okay, I'm getting over right here. Okay, so I thought that was also hypocritical. So it's just weird to me, Carlos coming out to defend Heavenly because she's getting a backlash because people are saying what Heavenly said, male's fans. We know ain't no other fans gonna call her job. Okay, so even if you're not saying stuff, you saying stuff. So I'm like, is Carlos King the one setting up the bullshit to come to us and say, is Carlos King tired now? Because are you using this also for folk to want to watch the show? Because y'all know they keep on saying that the ratings is going down. Now, Carlos can say all he wants to, that Love and Marriage Huntsville is a top-rated show on OWN. Sir, that's easy. Ain't no other shows on OWN. Well, there are no other shows on a network. Any show on the network will be number one. It's not, who is it competing with? So, to me, Carlos is using stuff to get folks to come on over there and tune in. Now, I'm going to tune in and review. I do that, okay? But I still feel like it was very hypocritical of him to try to now come out and say, hey, don't call Heavenly's job and do that stuff. Hey, let's not blame, my cast for stuff that crazy fans do. Let's not do that. Now, why the fuck would you? The people just not, girl. I'm paying all the attention, and everybody just tried. I done said that 18 times in the damn live review. Not review. I'm recording. Folk can't drive, but again, Cass has been using mail, blaming the fans all of this on the show, like storyline all. We've seen it for the past maybe like 2 seasons. So I'm like, why now all of a sudden? Because Heavenly, hold on, ambulance. Now because Heavenly is saying, oh, they did it to me. Oh, it's Mel's fault. People on the cast and some folk on social media have been blaming Mel too. So I'm like, why now? Why defend Heavenly but not defend Mel or defend your show before now? Do you not like Mel? Is that what it is? So to me, Carlos is a hypocrite because he did not want to address him and Candy. Okay, said I would not come on social media to address stuff. If people want to, clear up things, they can call me. Okay, but you up and clean up shit for Heavenly, and you kind of side door, back door, not saying Mel name. So I'm like, is it drama in paradise? Carlos King? I don't know. He gets on my nerves though. And I'm not saying like Carlos, Carlos follows the same recipe for all his shows. I am going to review Bell Collective because they added Selena this season. But he uses the same recipe for all the shows. He has to stop. Like, to me, Love and Marriage Detroit wasn't that great, which was I that's why I did not review it, because I was like, I don't like it. Okay. Love and Marriage DC, Child, Crash and Burn. So to me, he's holding on to Huntsville. And that's even holding on by thread, because some folks over the show, even him saying, because even him saying, Heavenly chose to quit and for her mental health, because she can take a lot, but she could not take this, and for her mental health, she didn't want, to keep feeling attacked or whatever. I was like, but again, we see Martel attacking Mel on the show, on social media, whatever. Martel's antics is something that should have got him fired a long time ago. So it's like, you want to protect Heavenly's mental health, not put her in any strife, not have her, on your YouTube reviewing the show, whatever. Don't do that. But you still have Mel dealing with Martel on the show, and we've seen his antics on the show. So again, I feel like he has one set of rules for one set of people, and then a whole other rules for other people. Okay, again, hypocritical. Okay, and I'm not saying Heavenly, was not probably affected by people, and he also said how, it may seem like a whole bunch of people, but it's like 10 people. I don't think that Mel has thousands of fans who are harassing people. I think it's like a few. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say 20 people. Let's say 20 people out of, I think the show we have maybe like a 500,000 watchers. Let's say 20 people out of 500,000 watchers is calling and harassing. Now, that can be aggravating, but I feel like they make it seem like all of the millimeters are out here crazy, deranged, having time to go find, because first of all, I would not figure out time to go Google Heavenly's address, the phone number, call, disguise my voice, block my number. Okay, I don't have time. I'm grown. I don't have time for that. So clearly, it's some crazy people. Now, Heavenly feeling like I'm not trying to risk it. I don't want it to get worse. 10 calls was enough for me. Heavenly Mel has been tired of having to deal with even the stuff being said about her. Okay, and whatnot. But I'm like, either way it goes, Carlos to me was defending and standing up for Heavenly more than his own cast, meaning Mel. Okay, and I like the cast. I don't like Destiny. She gets on my nerves. And now I know Nell recently was going off because Martel. I'm gonna clip that in too. Martel was around here because I saw the pictures of Martel and Coleslaw at the little event or whatever, and a photo came out of Nell shaking Coleslaw's hand, and Nell was pissed because she said Martel and his PR people and Coleslaw set her up to make it look like they were friendly or whatever.
Okay, so I went to the Polo Classic for the very first time with my hubby, who actually was a model. One of Miguel's models. He was asked to come and be a model, and I was supporting my husband, and we had a great time at this Polo Classic. Apparently, Martel shows up at the Classic. Everybody knows Martel goes to the Polo Classic. Woo, woo, woo. But apparently Martel shows up at the Polo Classic with his baby mama, who I do not know. I know nothing about this lady. When I said nothing, I mean shit. I cannot tell you nothing about this lady. I do not even know what she looked like until I met her that day and I shook her hand. I shook her hand out of being the person that I am because I was caught off guard. I was very much caught off guard. I was laughing and already having a conversation with someone else. When Martel comes and says, hey, Nell, and I turn around and speak to Martel, while I'm speaking to Martel, he's in the company of his baby's mother. And he says, oh, hey, Nell, wait, Studi, you have never met Arion. Arion this Nell, Nell this Arion. So that's why you guys sing the handshake. It was an innocent handshake. That does not make me friends with no side chick. That does not make me having no whole kumbaya with her. That does not mean I'm hanging out with her. You damn right I was grinning. I was grinning before I was introduced to her. And if you look at the picture, Martel's childish, ignorant ass turned away from the camera or the picture that was taken by his messy ass PR that he introduced me to, who tried to get me to take a picture with Arion, and I clearly said to her ass, you must not know who I am. And she said back to me, oh, I know who you are. And I said, well, if you know who I am, then you know I'm not finna take no picture with her. So, yeah, Martel can come on here and say that shit. Arion can come on here and clarify that shit. And his messy-ass PR, whoever the hell she is, who I tried to be nice and cordial to, she know what the hell happened. Why she trying to make her damn TMZ moment. Okay, you got your fucking moment. You got exactly what everybody wanted you to damn get, your damn moment. So are you happy now? Because now it looks like me and Mel are not friends. Yeah, she did. She tried to set me up, and that's what the fuck she did. She set me up. Kudos to her. Bravo to her. That's exactly what she did. And Martel, I'm mad as hell at your ass again, because apparently you knew how this shit was going to unfold. You knew this shit was wrong. You knew before you came over there and spoke to me how this shit was going to go down. You are too damn grown for this childish ass shit. I don't have time for it. This is bullshit. Grow up. Grow up, really? Just to get a picture of me and Arion and make it look like we're friends? I know nothing about that young lady. I don't know a damn thing about her. I can't tell you nothing about her, period. But this has gone too far. It's blown out of proportion. Yeah, he did it. Yes, he did it. And I was wondering, like, okay, what are they talking about? Somebody tell me what's going on. And my husband went and found the picture and sent it to me. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is really damn crazy. I don't know if the PR is related to Coleslaw or not. I'm sorry, Arion. Shit, y'all call her, yeah. At this point, I'm really not trying to be messy. I'm really not. But there's a choice of things that was said about me from whoever Teak girl. You forgot to add the pics with you and the side chick. Why you mad? You sure don't look mad grinning in those pictures, because I wasn't mad in those pictures. I was having a good time. I was minding my own business. They came in my circle. Yes, I was caught off guard. I wouldn't do no shit like that. Mel, no, I genuinely wouldn't do nothing like that.
Came out of Nell, like shaking Coleslaw's hand, and Nell was pissed because she said Martel and his PR people and Coleslaw set her up to make it look like they were like friendly or whatever. And she's like, no, I was already talking to somebody else. Martel walked up and said, hey, and I turned around, he didn't introduce Arion, and I was shocked because I don't know her. And they then, floated the picture around, which made Mel feel like, oh, so Nell also around here, friendly with that bitch. And that's not, you don't want your friends feeling like you out here friendly with the ops. Okay, me and your baby daddy's other baby mama who's a terror. So girl, that show it's just a lot going on. Anyway, y'all, I'm at work right now. Again, I will be live tomorrow and stuff. But yeah, like, comment, share. Do y'all think Carlos is a hypocrite? And do y'all think, after watching, I'm gonna clip Nell thing in too. Do y'all think that, I might clip it in, do y'all think Martel set Nell up and she had reason to be so upset? I do. Do not surprise me and pop up to me with no bitch you know I don't know for one, and she's a home worker for two, a side piece for three, and you know I don't like that. So to me, Martel is always up to no good, okay? And that's why he's the Coleslaw. So do y'all think that, the Nell had the right to be pissed off at being set up by baldy ass Martel and child side piece ass Coleslaw? Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. Let me add one more thing. As far as Nell, Martel, and Coleslaw, I do feel like Martel is trying his best to get the other cast to talk about Coleslaw, include Coleslaw. I think he think if the other cast keeps mentioning her, Carlos in production won't have a choice but to include her. If I have her around other casts or whatever, it could get filmed and whatnot. I think he's trying to force Coleslaw on the show. She don't need to be on the show. Even if they're together, bitch, we don't care at all. So I do feel like, I had to think about it a little bit. I do feel like Nell had every right to feel like you knew I don't know her. You asked me for a picture and I said no. So you then had your people just take a picture and then post it as if we friends. And from the outside looking at you, I was like, damn, Nell, all smiling little clothes. Like, what's going on? And it did seem like, oh, Martel around, Nell, Chris, Coleslaw, oh, they having a whole little friendship. And if I was male, I would say, well, that's strange. Well, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought you wouldn't dare, have that kind of shit or whatever. So I do feel like Nell's aggravation, her pissed offity, is warranted. Martella is a sneaky snake. And Coleslaw is also a skin that's sneaky too. So I don't want that bitch around me. I would not even want to fakely be, of course my phone cut off because I signed into my Wi-Fi came on automatically. I would not want to be fakely befriended by someone who don't really want to be my friend. I think Coleslaw has to accept people don't like you. Even if you and Martel get together, get married, have more children, we not gonna like you simply because of how y'all started out. I don't like Camilla, and Diana been there for years, okay? Prince King Charles, I don't like your wife. People forget the way people are introduced to a situation. It makes us say, I don't like you. And I think Coleslaw and Martel wanting to have this narrative, well, I'm divorced from Mel Nunn, I'm with her now. Cool, be with her. We don't have to accept her. We don't like her. She's a sneaky ass heifer. Get out my face, okay? Anyway, I want to add that part. I gotta go first, Sam. Peace.